An emergency slide from a plane has apparently fallen on a northwest side neighborhood. This photo shows it lying simply in the street there.
And there was an emergency response in the 4700 block of North Chester. Someone who lives in that area joining us on the phone now. Patrick, can you hear us?
I can.
Patrick, you saw this? Can you tell us what you saw?
So I was coming home from work. My father-in-law and son were having lunch in the kitchen around 12:15, and they heard a loud, boom hit the side of the house. You know, they don't think anything of it. Maybe a half hour later, my father-in-law walks outside and finds the slide in the backyard. So he comes and gets me. He's like, "Hey, I need some help with something in the backyard. Can you help me?" So I go back there, and then it's a very, very large slide. Obviously not something that could be there or should be there. So we try to remove the slide because we weren't sure if it was asthmatic or, it was, not safe to be there. So we pull it out. We immediately call 911 just to try to get some response. My father-in-law called our alderman, and he got us hooked up with the FAA. CPD response was great. They were here right away. The FAA was here within probably an hour and a half, and then finally the airline came around maybe a little before 3:45 to pick up the slide from the aircraft.
So, Patrick, we are just now learning that the slide, in fact, came from a United plane. So, did anybody actually see this fall from the sky?
I'm not sure if anybody did, at least not from our family home. Nobody here saw it actually fall. I don't know if any of the neighbors had seen anything. Nobody came forward or contacted us. So as of right now, we do not know if anybody actually saw the actual slide fall from the aircraft.
So it was your father-in-law, you said, who
Yes.
called you into the backyard to see the slide. Did you know right away what it was?
Had no idea. There's fuel caps that were on the side of the slide, so that's why I was a little nervous that it was hazmat, so I thought we needed to get it out of there right away just to be safe. We didn't really know that it was an actual slide until CPD arrived, and the lieutenant that arrived first was able to identify what the part was right away.
It's a little hard. We have some video right now that we're looking at. A little hard for us to see how large this piece is. Can you kind of try to describe how big was it?
So when it's all stretched out, it's a little jumbled up, I'm sure, in the picture from how we dragged it on the front, but it's larger than a small car. It's a very, very big piece of equipment that fell.
Patrick, we've got some new information I'll share with you and our viewers as our newsroom continues to make calls. The FAA saying that maintenance workers at Chicago O'Hare discovered an emergency evacuation slide missing from the United Airlines Boeing 767. This is UAL Flight 12, they're telling us, that had just landed safely after a flight from Switzerland. And that slide was located in your neighborhood, as you told us, and the FAA looking into it. It sounds like everyone is okay in that flight. On that aircraft, there were over 150 customers, 10 crew members, trying to figure out how, this just doesn't happen.
It's mind-boggling how that slide could have just simply fallen from a plane.
Yeah, Patrick, was there damage to the home that got hit?
There is slight damage to the home, nothing too crazy or anything like that, but the home did suffer a little bit of damage.
Well, we certainly are glad no one was hurt, no one was right around that when it fell.
Yeah, Patrick, thank you. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'd say, yeah, I'm glad that everybody here is okay, and then I'm also glad that everybody on that flight is also safe and sound as well.
Yeah, definitely. And we appreciate you sharing what you witnessed, because this is the first time we're getting a firsthand account from someone in the neighborhood. So thanks for your time, Patrick.
Not a problem. Thank you guys very much.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.